you very much. Welcome back. Welcome back to our program. It's Saturday, it's our weekend. Today I'm back with my panelists and my guests with an interesting topic. This is Me Talk Show every Wednesday, Saturday, and don't remember we are coming with our reality series. So please comment, like, subscribe so that it will help us to move forward. I'm going to welcome my panelists of today to share with us, to introduce themselves first, then we shall come back with our. Thank you.
Good evening, our viewers, wherever you're watching from. This is Me Talk Show. My name is Gaetano. Nice to have you on the program. I nice to do it here this time. Thank you.
Good evening, our viewers. We love to serve you through this program. I'm Vincent Mugeba. I'm glad that you're watching our program, and we also encourage you to like, more, to subscribe and share. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's good to be here again. I'm Natunda Valentine as always. Be on so that you can listen to us as we give on our ideas on today's topic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Those are my panelists today. I'm going to welcome my visitors. One has been here with us, and another one is totally new to your faces. So I'm going to welcome them also to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Thank you, viewers. My name is Anastasia. I'm glad to be here. So thank you for subscribing and
Hello, our viewers. My name is Watch Moses, and I'm a proud gay man from Uganda, currently seeking asylum in Zambia. Yes, so you'll be seeing this face more often, and I thank you for staying tuned to this program. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, of course.
Thank you very much. I'm Dennis, always the host of This Is Me Talk Show. Today's topic is the LGBT mental health. So we are going to discuss the challenges and the solution, the problems that we, the community, will face because of our sexuality. So I'm going to welcome my panelists to give us some views about today's topic.
Thank you, host, Mr. Dennis. Today's talk show is really an interesting talk show. First of all, I want to first explain actually the meaning that some terms that we are using, maybe some of our viewers will not be very conversant with them. First of all, there's that term of mental illness. Mental illness, that is, when we talk about mental illness, it's the ability of a person, that is the mental, it's all about the mental inability of a person that can occur for a long period of time. And mental health is all about, it's always there, and it might be either positive or negative. So there are so many things that can result out of like mental illness. And first and foremost, I would love to talk about mental stress. Mental stress, as you know, like most of us, like we came here in Zambia to seek for asylum, and the asylum we were seeking for, we came to a new area, a new place. So in most cases, this place where we are under UNHCR. But still, even if we are under UNHCR, we still have that stress whereby you find like UNHCR is supposed to give us, at least provide to us some of the utilities that we're supposed to use, maybe during our asylum seeking. So you find like in most cases it takes long for UNHCR to provide those things. Like maybe in terms of food, they are not providing it timely. If I told you to get that food, it takes like maybe 6 or 7 months. So at the end of it all, I'll have that stress. I'll be stressed because I'll have to look for my own ways of surviving, or else I'll have to go and do escort job in order to survive, or else I'll have maybe to do anything else. Maybe I might be forced to use drugs. So at the end of it all, it really impacts a negative effect on my life. So it really actually it is one of the causes that makes some of us like to be a victim, because you try to make a flashback where you're coming from. You're coming from a well-off family, or maybe you are coming from an immediate family. But at the end of it all, when you reach here and you find that things are not moving the way maybe you thought it would be, so you end up like being stressed mentally. So at the end of it all, you find you may either call for help from maybe organization, but unfortunately, even organizations here in Zambia are not allowed. Actually, I don't know whether they do operate or not, because at least the best place maybe someone could go and seek for asylum, maybe for a better option than having that stress a long period of time, would be maybe going to some organizations that belong to the LGBT community. But even the organizations here in Zambia, they are very hard to get, and even their operation, you can't tell whether they're operating or not. But even those who are operating, you find they're operating in hideouts, because anytime maybe the government maybe can cancel out their operational licenses. So you find like it is really hard for them to maybe to help us. So at the end of it all, you are staying in a camp whereby you don't have something to do. So you end up being stressed mentally. So at the end of it all, maybe you will be even like you are stressed mentally, but there's nothing much you can do. Even if you try to do anything, or even government, there's nothing you can do. Because I remember it was a time where we had just, when we came here to seek asylum around July, we contacted you and that you go, maybe you've taken us to the safe house, but what are we going to do there? There's nothing. Like one of the officials of UNHCR could say that my hands are tied. There's nothing I can do. Now, if you tell me like that, now where do you want me to go and get food? So I will end up doing an escort job in order to survive. So in that way, it has really affected us, like me personally as a gay man, and maybe other peers also that belongs to the LGBT group, they have also suffered. So with that, maybe I would also love to stop here, so that also my colleagues can also continue from where I've stopped.
Thank you very much, Gaetano. So I'm going to give some minutes to Valentine also to give us some about the mental health.
Thank you, Dennis. Mental health, for me, I understand it as an emotional, psychological, and social well-being of a person. It's a combination of people, how we feel, how we act, how we think, and how we live our life. So in different times, people get affected in kind of mental health through different things, because we face, we most especially the refugees, or even not talking about the refugees, but we can also talk about the LGBT community in total. A lot of people face mental health And sorry, a minute. Okay, we're still talking about mental health. A lot of people face a lot of mental health because of the things they are going through. More especially now, there are some kinds of where you don't have something to eat, you're sleeping not so well, you have sleeping problems, you have healthy problems, and you'll be like, oh God, everything is like you don't have anywhere you can seek help from because you feel like you're eliminated out of the public. You don't have anyone to consult because you can't go to the government hospitals. You can't go to an individual personally that you feel like I need to talk to you. Even counselors that are in hospitals or seeking help from any other sector because you feel like they always make us feel like we don't belong to the community, and such things cause mental health. So most of the people that go through mental health might end up planning mad. Others they get shocked. Others might end up wanting to take off their lives. There are a lot of things that cause mental health, and in particular, we want to fight against mental health by doing these. Guys, what do we call? Like, I mean, advocating for the LGBT community so that they can know that we are also people that most of the times we need also your help, that we need you to listen to us, that we need treatment like any other person can need it. That's one of the things that actually I wanted to talk about today in today's program. Let the others also add on.
Thank you very much, Valentine. So I'm going to welcome Vincent also to give us his views on today's topic.
Thank you, our viewers. We love you. We keep loving you because you're the one who are making us who we are in making up to this program. We love this program because we are able to air out our views, to express our ideas, and we really thank you for liking, for watching our programs. So, to our program, I think I'll also speak about causes of mental health issues in the LGBTQ community. To me, the first thing I see that contributes to issues of mental health among our community is discrimination and stigma in the society. You find that someone has been living his or her life peacefully, enjoying, thinking, and confidently believing he's what he is, then time changes, situation changes. Such a person, once he is learned that he's different from the community, they turn against him. Someone is facing discrimination from the job, from the workplace, which contribute to also to stress. Someone is bullied in families. Someone is denied access due to his orientation. So such discrimination in cases, people are even discriminated physically, that they can be beaten, others can be imprisoned. So such things raise up minds, and they bring a need, a personal need for someone to opt for substance uses in order to rub off that stress that is ruling in him. Then, this, as I still talk about discrimination, there's also internalized discrimination, whereby you find that someone belongs to the family of LGBTQ, but when he's being overlooked by fellow LGBTQ members in the community over certain reasons, which may be which may be weak, and such a person already is in his community where he expects to be enjoying life. He's with his fellow LGBTQ community members, but when they discriminate him or when they impose certain ideas that are not pleasing to him, such a person feels lonely. He feels small in the community. He feels he ran from the other homophobic society, coming to his own community, and now he's also being discriminated by the fellow LGBTQ members. I have seen it somewhere, I personally, where one of my colleagues was discriminated by his fellow gay men, and the issue was very small, and they can actually call it stupid because I remember these guys, they tried to approach him, and they were like the guy seemed to date him because he loved him, he was attracted to him. And then the guy was like, no, I'm not able, I can't, I'm not interested. And because he refused, then those guys said, no, there's no man of our kind that can refuse. So they were taking things like in a way that is of another manner, which is not good, thinking that he can have that guy wherever he wants. Once he refuses, and they totally discriminate. No, since you have refused to have sex with me, you're not a gay. So you're not a gay man. They started to push him from from their group. So it actually made him feel small, and it touched all of us. So those are the things that are causing people to think twice and finding things that can help them to rub their heads, to calm their minds such that they get rid of stress at least for a while. We shall keep talking more. Let me pause there for a while. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vincent. So now, as you have heard, my panelists have shared with us about today's topic. I'm going to welcome my guest. She has been here with us, so she's going to share with us what she's thinking about the mental health, the LGBT mental health.
Hello viewers, this is Nadia. You can call me Anasa Stella, but I prefer calling me Nadia. So I would like to share some few points on the mental health. Being a lesbian, a gay, under the LBQ community does not mean that you're mentally disturbed, as other people say. Mental health does not come because you're under our community or you're lesbian or you're gay. So there are various reasons that lead to lesbians or gay men or trans women to end up having mental issues. If I'm to outline out some points that I may be having, one, it may be because of depression. Depression can come to you due to a lot of things, like if you're in an area where you feel you do not fit, like the way we are discriminated, like if I'm to say that your family has neglected you, that also can cause to a mental health problem. Okay, So if I'm to say about bullying, most of the people, when they stay in a society, let me say our society in Uganda, let me give an example about our society from Uganda. You find that most of the gay people are bullied because of their sexual orientation. You find that they are pushed away from what they are. They are being discriminated. They are being abused. They are being harmed, and this can also lead to their mental health problem. So if I'm to bring another point, I'll bring this point because I'm a refugee asylum seeker in Zambia. You find that most of the people here in Zambia, the UNHCR have rejected them because of failure to explain their sexual orientation as they do their interview. So also that can also cause depression, can cause mental health problem because they feel that they came to the UNHCR to be embraced, but they've been denied a chance to get protection under the UNHCR. If it's not the UNHCR, they feel like they do not have any other safe place. They ran to the UNHCR because they felt they were going to be protected. Those are some of the reasons you find that the community also faced their mental health problem. So to go ahead, if I'm to go ahead, there are other things that can cause also mental health problem, like some people also develop suicidal thoughts. If my family rejects me, if the community rejects me, if the UNHCR rejects me, where should I go? I'll end up thinking of killing myself. I'll end up thinking of something harmful to my life, either to do the drugs. I'll think of being an alcoholic. I'll think of maybe taking my life. So there are certain a lot of things that cause the LGBTQ community to end up in mental health problem. But one, as I've mentioned my points, let me just leave my fellow colleagues to also answer.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to welcome our new guest of today also to share with us what he's thinking. What really causes mental health in our community?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dennis. And once again, my name is Moses. So first and foremost, I would like to describe what mental health is according to my perspective as a person. Yes, so mental health is the state of mental well-being that enables people to cope up with stress in their life. Yes, so what does that mean? It means that someone with a mental health disorder or a problem is not going to solve a problem like someone who has been loved or someone who has been given a safe place. It all comes back to us as refugees because many of us have lived lives where we've been depressed almost every time because of our sexuality and the societies where we come from. Yes, so you may find that someone who has lived in a refugee life cannot be equal to someone who has been in a family that has been loved or has grown up with people that have accepted or that have embraced him the way he is. Yes, so most of us as Africans, we've been in family where we've been neglected. Growing up, we are discovering ourselves and the society is knowing that they don't like us, they hate us. So you find that all the time you've been stressed out. You get my point? All the time you've been stressed out. But then when you compare someone like me, because me I'm a gay man, and if you compare me with someone who is heterosexual, you may find that my way of solving dispute might be different with them because of my mental well-being and how I have been raised or in the society that I've been in. And someone who is heterosexual, remember that is what the community shows us that this is the right thing. Being a man loving a man is the wrong thing. It's wrong to love a man, and it's right for a man to love a woman. So you find the differences end up building us into two different kinds of people. Yes, so I would like to stop there for now, but as the program continues, I would share more light about that. And back to you, Dennis.
Thank you very much. So we are going for a short commercial break. We shall come back. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think the producer is somehow busy. So let's continue with the topic. So as you have heard from my guests, from my panelists, what causes mental health in the LGBT community. So a lot of things that really cause this, as you have heard, discrimination, family rejection. For us, the asylum seekers, you find a lot of problems, the language barrier, the you are living in, a lot of things happen in the camps where we live. So you find that really you are stressed, you are depressed, and you end up losing control. So now we are going to share what can we do, what are the solutions that can be put in place to see that at least mental health in the LGBT, like the using or the misuse of drugs and other things, at least on a low percentage. So my panelists are going to share with us what are the solutions or the measures that can be put in place to see that the community really has a low percentage of mental health. Thank you.
Okay, thank you once more, viewers. According to some points we have talked about, which are problems which are keeping raising up the LGBTQ community. So there are also possible solutions to get rid of it all or to control it all. To me, one of the solutions I see to making it smooth is the support to the LGBTQ community. What I can say, if I can refer to the maybe African community, because it is the one I know mostly, there is a social stratification among between LGBTQ and the heterosexual community. Stratification means inequality. LGBTQ communities lacking equal rights, equal support from the government authorities, from the communities, from all supporters who are able to support those other groups. So you find that they make programs that are to help the citizens or the people, the community at large, but they do not bring up programs that are supporting, programs that are talking or touching the issues of LGBTQ community. So that is imbalance, that is stratification between LGBTQ community and heterosexual community. So to me, I think I call to the authorities, I call to the donors out there, I call to the all supporters, those who always think about helping and supporting Africa. They should also think about LGBTQ community. Let support come when it is targeting two different groups. And I also call to whoever are concerned to make programs that are uniting the two communities. Say that the heterosexual group can understand LGBTQ group community. They understand that there are also community members who are of their special kind. Let me say, in the usual community, there is male and females. A male can live in a community where there are females. They understand each other. You just know that that one is a female, that one is a male. So, which I think it should also be in people's mind when someone meets someone, just knows that that one is a gay, that one is a lesbian. But when there is no need of looking at such a person in another way that looks awkward, just as a man meets a woman on the way, he just has it in the mind, oh, that is a woman, hey, hi, greet her, it goes on. Such belief should also be there, say that they understand the gay men, the lesbians, the trans people, say that when they meet us on the way, they understand us as community members. We all belong to same culture. We're all Africans. I said I'm talking about Africa because it's where I understand mostly. So my call goes to donors who usually donate and they think about one side of people, yet most of them, especially those who donate from Western countries, they are aware of our community. They should also include support for LGBTQ community. My call goes to the governments. The governments, they introduce issues of developing cultures, issues of developing people. There I've seen programs of youth programs, women programs, elderly programs. So governments should open their mind and understand that this is a community in its way. This is a community which also needs support by the government. We all give taxes. We were all born in the same countries. We all have rights in our nations. So governments should also understand that we are there, and they also bring programs that are specifically for our community, just as they prepare programs for women, programs for children, programs for women, I mean youth, men, the elderly. So they should also think about programs concerning the LGBTQ community. And by the way, Mr. Dennis, there's something that has been very bad in our community, but I've liked it. This behavior of discriminating us these years. it has also caused some kind of awareness among people, because they have been talking over radio, over TV, over social media, LGBTQ, LGBTQ. So most people have now understood us. They are getting aware through their mind, where they thought they were just abusing. Some people have already known that we exist. So government, I know government officials are watching, donors are watching, all who can give support are watching. Please think twice about LGBTQ community. Things that are causing people to indulge themselves into drugs, it is because they lack support. It is because they don't feel loved. It is because they don't feel or see where to, and they fully enjoy their rights. I call upon governments and all the authorities to give equal rights among the citizens, among the people, so that we all enjoy this world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vincent. I'm going to invite Alison to share with us a solution or measures that we
Thank you, Dennis. Okay. So some of the solutions towards clearly mental health in the LGBTQ community, one of the things is, first and foremost, love yourself. No one will love you like you do love yourself. Apparently, we've grown up because of our gender orientation. We've always wanted people to see us as they are, like to include us in everything they do, to love us genuinely, but we've never received that. And for that case, it has brought a low self-esteem, which has made a lot of people, be mentally unhealthy. But try to love yourself. I've been trying to do this for not few years, because every time I always wanted to please people, I did always wanted to feel at home, to feel at place, that to lie to myself that I'm belonging to a certain category of people just because I want to fit there. But I came to learn that loving myself first will always make me healthy, because no one is going to love me. They might pretend, most especially if they have something that they want to get from you, but they can't love you like you do love yourself. Loving yourself will make you feel loved, will make you feel comfortable. You will not care about people's thinking about you. You never care about what people are talking about you, but you will feel like you're mentally stable. And that's so good for you. And the other solution is getting enough sleep. There is oversleeping. That's not what I'm meaning. That's not what I'm talking about. Or sleeping less. Get enough sleep. Give your body time to relax. Give your body time to cool, so that we can all fight mental health. Another thing, think about your dieting. Do you always mind about the diet that you take? Or you're just there eating anything that comes your way, and the anxiety might also be part of the things that will lead to mental health. Think about your diet, eat well, drink well, sleep well, love yourself, and you will tell me nothing like mental health will torment you. Even those people that want to bring a lot of negativity to us because of what we are, they can't change anything. And when you're loving yourself, you're eating well, you're doing well, they will feel like they will have no pot, like how they say, a pothole to damage you, because you have built a strong wall around yourself. Another time, spend some time outside, get time, don't lock yourself inside the house. That thing of staying indoor, most of the times, it gives you a lot of thinking. You think of a lot of 100 things that most especially you may end up doing the wrong decisions, which is not good for your health. Find a physician to them. find a self-help programs, watch them, attend them, so that you can know how other people cope up with mental health. I know one of my colleagues said, most especially people that are affected with mental health, you can't solve things like the others, but attending these programs that other people share how they overcame it will also help you to strengthen you and give you the right way of coming out of mental health without damaging yourself, without adopting to drugs, without some people do take drugs, but not because it's a mental health issue, but just because it's a hobby, and they don't take too much. But if you feel like something has become a burden to you, please try to find people where you can feel more comfortable, where you will feel relaxed, where you learn to love yourself, where you learn to take care of take good care of yourself and overcome mental health issues. Another thing is please do some physical activities. Find a hobby, find something that you can do better. Like for me, when I feel like I'm kind of going to be stressed, I'm kind of running off the topic of my life. I like music, so I give more time when I'm singing around. So everyone find your hobby. Make sure you pin around your hobby. When you use your hobby to overcome mental health, it will be so good because you will be doing something you love. Not that you're forced to do it just because you want to overcome mental health, but you will be doing something you love, and also it will be helping you mentally to feel stable. Thank you. Those are one of my solutions, and let other people.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to welcome Gaetan also to contribute on the measures that can be put in place to make sure that at least we decrease the percentage.
Thank you, my host Dennis. Actually, the possible, like on the previous discussion, we had that we are discussing about the challenges that are faced, or maybe the challenges that cause mental illness. So at this point now, we are discussing about the possible solutions, possible outcome, maybe the possible improvement of mental health. So with a view, maybe I will start with a point. From the point of view, maybe I will start with a point whereby we have to have that self confidence in ourselves. Like we, the LGBT community, some do lack confidence in themselves because, like, you find you belong to the LGBT community, and the community you're associating with are heterosexual. So you find it is always difficult to to talk to someone, tell someone that I'm a gay man, or maybe I'm a lesbian, or maybe I'm a inter bisexual or transgender. So I think maybe one of the things that maybe could be done is like, let's accept what we are because you cannot change who I am. So let's accept it. Maybe we advocate, like we create awareness to the society where we live so that they get to know. Let's stop hiding. Because if you come out and speak, people will listen. People will know that you have you've accepted, you have confidence in yourself, and you have that self-esteem in yourself. So it's better so that like we reduce chances of mental illness amongst our community, so that those suicidal thoughts, maybe use of drugs, can be limited, maybe can reduce in our society. So I think maybe the acceptance will be much better, to accept yourself as you are, because we we came from Uganda, running for maybe for like saving our lives, because some of us, like, we were about to fall victims of certain majority, but at least we managed to escape. But at least now, when once we are here, the society where we are doesn't, even though they don't allow us, but at least they should accept. Actually, at least they should know that they cannot change us. So we are proud of what we are. So I think maybe in that way, I would also maybe add on top of that, like being accepted, or maybe like accepting yourself that you are a gay or maybe a lesbian. So I would also request maybe like we create maybe those organizations outside who are there in Zambia. We also request maybe you can also accept maybe to create safe places for us, because now right now where we are living, we are in a community whereby we are mixed with so many refugees. There are so many from different countries, so we request maybe if at all there is any help outside there that can be rendered to us, in terms of maybe creating a safe place for us, it will be better. It will even make us, it will also make us actually to be in a place whereby you feel more comfortable, you feel more safe. Security is okay. So that like we avoid those homophobic attacks from from the community where we are, and we find like maybe our lives are secure. So I think maybe in that way we shall be able to reduce the stress of staying with people whereby you are mingled with people of different culture from different these are from different countries. At the end of it all, it will help us to reduce mental illness, and we shall all feel well. With that, I would love to stop here so that like other people can also add from the point of.
Thank you very much. As you have had them, the possibilities that can be put in place, see that at least the percentage of mental health in our community is reduced. I'm going to welcome my guests also to add more on the possible solutions. What are the measures that can be put in place to see that at least we eradicate the mental health in the community?
Thank you very much, Mr. Dennis. I would like to add on the few points that have been already mentioned. One thing I'll call upon all people who do advocacy for the LGBT community, and to call upon the UNHCR and all the human rights organizations that fight for human rights. Okay. So according to my points, most of the people under the LGBTQ community find that they fail to achieve academic just because of their sexual orientation. You find that when once they are outed out at school, they are not allowed to continue with their education. Finding that most of the people who are under our community would like to continue with their education, but since the Africans do not accept being a gay or being a lesbian or being a transgender in the school, you find that most of the LGBTQ community do not go far with their education. If there are other organizations that can help them help them create schools that can help them all to bring awareness to the schools about their sexual orientation. So if I'm to add on another point, when it comes to parent connection and non-parent organized connection, if I talk about connection, I'll talk about our families when it's my mother and my father. If they get to know that I'm a lesbian, they should try to educate them to learn how to accept me. I would say that there should be some organizations where that we can take our parents, like once they have denied us chance to start their home, whether they've rejected us, at least our parents are supposed to be given that awareness of that. If a person is a lesbian, that doesn't mean that the person has been using the family. And for those people who have accepted us to continue parenting us, though they are not our parents, they also have to be trained to know how to handle us. Because you'll find there are certain organizations where they will also discriminate us. You find that the other will say that no, me, I like only gay men, I don't like lesbians to be near me. You find that they reach a time that they will discriminate us. So I'm calling upon the organizations who can help the LGBTQ community about that. And another thing I would say about the neighborhood, if I'm to talk about the neighborhood, I'm talking about the African traditional societies and our neighbors, maybe let me say the near neighbors like that, people who are neighboring Kenya and Uganda, let me say Tanzania. Let's put awareness of the community and also let them know how the community runs and how they should treat the people in the community. They should not be discriminated, they should not be pushed away, they should be welcomed and they should feel at home all the time. So when I come again on the point of where we are refugees and we are put in the same camp, you find that children, I mean children under the LBQ community, that's when I'm talking to the age of 5 to downwards. You find that they're in the same community with the homophobia community, people who are not under the LGBT community. So you find that the children are being traumatized just because they're pushing them that your mom is like this, your dad is like this. You find those children grow up with that trauma. Like they could find a safe place where they can divide the children or divide the LGBTQ community from the homophobic community. Thank you very much. Let me leave Mr. Moses to continue from there.
Okay, there's a saying that says that when you're climbing the tree, sometimes you can't get on top. It's more relevant if we start at the bottom. So my points basically are going to be just two, and I feel like they are very important in our society and the way we are being brought up. So first and foremost, it's lack of inclusion in our societies where we come from. When you look at the setting or the African way or the way that our forefathers or the people, the leaders of today are setting our society, I feel like to a larger extent, they have not included the queer or the LGBTIQ community. I hope everyone agrees with me on that. And if you don't, check your life or where you come from or places you've lived and tell me how many facilities have you seen? Be it in schools, be it in churches, be it in hospitals. I'll take an example of school. Many of us have at least gone to school, and there are very many programs that have been put in different schools, maybe like scouting, maybe interact, sports club, but they've never put anything that also makes the LGBTQI community to feel at home or to feel included or to feel welcome. I hope everyone agrees with me on that because personally, where I come from, my school never had a program where, okay, now today let us cancel the queer community. Okay, today let us have maybe a school session or maybe a discussion about awareness about gay people or lesbians or transgenders or the whole queer community. So literally, we are being put in a society, or we are living in societies where we are excluded even before we discover who we really are. Because when you say you've discovered yourself or you've started knowing that you are different at an early age, meaning prior that time before you started understanding who you really are, you have already been excluded from the society. You get my point? So that is a very big challenge, and I just want everyone, or everyone, my fellow panelists here and the host, I just want you to imagine if wherever you came from, you were included right from childhood that, oh, being gay, being a transgender, no more, yeah, it's okay. Or maybe being a lesbian, you're fine, you're also human like us. Where would you be right now? Would you have suffered the way you suffered right now? Would you be in the place that you're in here right now? No. So which means that our future leaders or our present leaders, I think it's high time you think twice and start preparing the next generation and including everyone, be it heterosexual, be it queer, be it transgender, be it gay, lesbian, everyone. I think the future will be very bright. So another point that I would like to stress out is misrepresentation in our societies. It's kind of similar to what I've talked about, but this one goes deeper on an individual basis. So when you look at where we come from, there are no, I'll use the example of schools because that's where many of us have been nurtured from. Yes, so there are no schools where you may find a specific teacher or a specific counselor or lecturer that is specifically there to guide queer people or to help them know that they are safe, or to show them that, oh, you are included, oh, we love you, or you're normal like any other person. I think the societies where we come from, those who think twice about that and make us be represented, or fix people that are there to represent us and make sure that our rights are fought for, or to make sure that our well-being is catered for. Because when you look at even the I would say the leaders that are leading the communities where we come from, you may find that the whole committee there is no one that can be there to represent queer people. So imagine if amongst the leaders, or if it's for instance a parliament, and there is a queer representative or a queer member of parliament that is there to make sure that any point that it concerns queer people, he or she is there to defend. Don't you think that maybe would have been safer to some extent? To my conclusion, I think that maybe that would be something that would help our societies to grow more and more, and would definitely lead into a future generation where no one has to fear being gay, or no one has to be in trauma because they are gay or lesbian. Yes, sir. So thank you for listening to me. I think my points are done, and back to the host.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moses. Thank you very much, our viewers. This is Me Talk Show every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday we are coming with our reality movie. So we are concluding our today's topic and our today's show. Today's topic, it has been the LGBTQ mental health, and you have heard from my panelists and my guests today. Please don't forget to subscribe, to share, and if you need to reach us, just contact HTV or Mr. Kato. You will get to reach us. If there is any support you can give to us, it will reach to us. I'm going to give my panelists some few seconds to give us some remarks so that we can win this show. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your time that you've been here listening to us, watching us. My name is Natunda Valentine. As we wind up, I want to tell my fellow LGBTQI community people that don't let people's comments put you down, because people will always comment about you, and for you will take it to heart, and you feel like you're oppressed. You feel like people are working against you, the world is against you, and don't have suicidal mind because of what people are thinking about you or what people are deciding on your behalf. Always love yourself first. Put yourself first in everything, even before you take a decision. Listen to what they tell, but don't decide according to how they want you to live your own life. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, so that this message can get to everyone. Thank you.
We love you all. Thank you for being here. Our panel, my fellow panelists have given beautiful views which helpful. So I cannot add on more, but we all feel concerned, promote for ideas, and really change community, especially with regards to the mental health society of LGBTQ. I remain Vincent Mugera. Thank you very much.
Thank you, our viewers. Thank you for the time that you always do. Thank you for I would love to extend